We have a number of students and they often come to school without food. So we find ourselves feeding kids through the day. Kids come through the foyer here and we've got our breakfast cart set out. And the first thing they're doing is picking up juice boxes, yogurt, and we're getting them started for the day. You can't expect them to go into classrooms and open up their books without that piece. And it would be very difficult for us to run a breakfast program without this financial support. And our whole philosophy in the school is about belonging, acceptance, generosity. And so when we can show the kids that they belong here and that we care about them, that kind of sets the tone for everything else. Like, to me, the books are kind of a second stage. First you have to take care of the basic needs, right?
Since 2001, the Child Nutrition Council of Manitoba has provided over $2 million and countless hours of support to over 180 schools and community organizations that provide meals, snacks, and education to kids.
The Child Nutrition Council is a charitable organization that is concerned with the health and welfare of school children, especially as it relates to their access to healthy food during the school day. We provide grants to schools and communities. We've looked at different ways of ensuring that kids have access, vegetable and fruit programs. And so now we're at the point where there are guidelines for all of Manitoba in terms of school nutrition, and there are policies in all of the schools. It takes a lot of energy and creativity to run these programs, and we're always amazed at what schools can do and decide to do and how they maintain it. They are giving up their time, putting in their own funds to make sure that these programs exist, and we are really privileged to play a small part in what happens for them in their daily lives.
My name is Michelle Bradley Hakim-Alahi, and I am a teacher at Argyle Alternative High School. Well, the thing I like about our program is it's very hands-on, and it's also very student-centered in the sense that the snacks and meals are determined by the students collaboratively, and the students have a great idea for incorporating all the different food groups.
Usually once a week we'll bake, once a week we'll do cooking. And we try to learn different alternative ways to make something. So if we go to make French fries, we're gonna actually cut up potatoes, make our own fries and try and bake them, try and find a healthier alternative, which is good because they're trying to teach students and young adults and young moms how to make healthier choices and how to make simple and easy foods.
Usually what they'll do is they'll make the food, and then oftentimes they'll actually keep some aside so they can take it home to show their families and to let their families have taste. So to me that's the most delightful thing, that's the most exciting thing, is it's not just for here, but the implication is wider than just the school.
My name's Pat Schmidtke. I own the local grocery store, the local Bigway store in Morris. And what we do at the program, we volunteer twice a week. One of my staff comes and helps feed the kids in the early years end. And we also supply a majority of the groceries. We do that at cost so that it's as economical as it can be for the school. We make sure that the food's always there, so we're doing that on a daily basis virtually.
I am what the kids call the canteen lady, but I run the canteen here. So I do all of the planning, the cooking, the preparation, and the cleanup. Our program has a salad bar lunch on Tuesdays, which is a self-serve style salad bar that the children can choose from, and there's 14 options on it. We don't have very much processed food that comes into the kitchen, so in that way I think it's unique, and I think I'm rather proud of that too.
We've had parents tell us that without the breakfast program they know that there would be days that their kids would be hungry. We've had parents tell us that the kids' behaviors at home have changed because they're eating better, because they're eating more, because they're eating consistently. So I think that in general, it doesn't just change the way the kids are at school, and it doesn't just change their academics, but it's moving over into the community and their life at home.
It's very humbling. Sorry, and I think for Mrs. D too. Like when you see us interacting with the kids in that way, you know, we kind of see ourselves as the mom and the dad here in our relationship with the kids. And when you see your students primed and ready to go for the day, it's a very humbling experience. And I think that one of the biggest things for me is knowing that every kid that walks through the doors of this building has the opportunity to start their day right. Not just with breakfast, but with quality, positive adult contact. And that for me is probably the biggest boost. And we know that makes a difference in their day. We know that makes a difference in their academics. And we know that makes a difference in the behavior that we see in the school. And so when you have kids that need support, you're able to identify that more clearly because we've been able to use that program to build such positive, strong relationships with our students. I've appreciated the support from the council. You know, it's been more than just the money because they've helped us create a culture here with our kids.
I think through nourishment, the Child Nutrition Council changes the day for many kids. We're starting to really open the eyes up of people who maybe before would have seen this as something that we didn't need. And I think that the council's work really shows people that, yeah, this is a huge need. And yes, families are accessing food banks and supports, but we need to support our kids while they're at school.
If they're looking at the video and they're thinking, sitting on the fence about getting involved, they should get involved with the program in any capacity that they can, whether it's, you know, through donations, financial or product-wise. And a lot of it is sometimes just to volunteer your time, and it's a win-win for everybody. The kids like us, and we like the kids, and it's just get involved. It doesn't hurt, and it'll make you feel good.
I cook in a school, and I think what we put into our children's bodies is just as equally as important as what we put into their minds. So get the best that you can for them.